Bumrah will play only 3 Test matches for me, I would rather, look at it match by match. And if the other bowlers come to the party, Bumrah would be playing all the 5 Test matches. Arshdeep or even Akash Deep, who can swing the ball, both can be a handful. And Arshdeep advantage of being a left-hander, it's totally different, dynamics coming into the bowling. To me, he's a good all-rounder in the making. But Shardul is experienced in England, and Shardul's strength is his swing. He can swing the ball in most conditions, and also he can be quite handy with the bat. So it'll be a toss-up between who's in the best of form. Between Prashid and Arshdeep, I would straight away go for Arshdeep right now.
Hi, sir. After a long time, good to see you again.
Yes,
Thank you
same
so
here.
much. Thank you for taking time to speak. I'll just get started. First, just wanted to touch upon the bowling attack is obviously, as good as what they could pick in terms of the resources available. But how important do you feel the workload management in terms of Bumrah and others stepping up the game, as we saw in Australia, where Bumrah had to bowl as much as he did, and with a young captain there, the significance of Siraj, how much he has to come into play for this particular series.
I think everybody knows what you expect of Bumrah. But then again, if you want Bumrah to last longer for you in these 5 Test matches, um, it is Siraj is one with a lot of experience right now under his belt. He's played in England too before, and it's time that he puts his hands up and say, "Let me take the brunt of the bowling." And the same would go for the other bowlers who are playing, whoever is playing. Uh, to uh, to uh, to accept the challenge and make sure that Bumrah does not have the brunt of bowling. Using Bumrah as a strike bowler in matches would ensure that he lasts a longer time and he could play more Test matches. Rather than, I would not go in saying Bumrah will play only 3 Test matches for me. I would rather look at it match by match, and if the other bowlers come to the party, Bumrah would be playing all the 5 Test matches.
And in terms of Siraj, as you spoke about, last time India went to England, had a really good series in 21. He was 6 months into his Test career, but probably had the best series by far. He has bowled overseas, and you were there as well. Uh, how much has he evolved since, and what makes him, really good in those conditions? Especially the wobbles, the other things that Siraj brings into the picture.
Well, experience is something which is extremely important. You may have all the skills, but coupled with experience, you become that much better. And Siraj also having had prior exposure in England, he played those Test matches where he bowled exceptionally well. I think if he can take that confidence with the kind of rhythm that he looked in the IPL, to me, he looks to come good in England. Also, if you look at Arshdeep or even Akash Deep, who can swing the ball, both can be a handful. And Arshdeep gives you the left-handed, advantage of being a left-hander. It's totally different, dynamics coming into the bowling. So yes, it looks very, very promising to me, but it's a challenge. I would look at the challenge as an opportunity for these guys to come to the party.
Before the Australia series, obviously you had a chat. Siraj had reached out to you. You had a chat with him. Have you talked to him recently? Anything in particular that you have talked to him about? If you that had happened, that you will be able to share with us.
Not really. I spoke to him during the IPL, and he was preparing for the England series and things like that, but nothing very specific.
Yeah. And I just wanted to ask you about someone like Nitish, who is obviously famous potential at the bat, but in terms of bowling is still work in progress. How would you see him being used in the series, especially with Shardul also there in the mix?
I think Nitish proved to us what to expect from him, and to me, he's a good all rounder in the making. But Shardul is experienced in England, and Shardul's strength is his swing. He can swing the ball in most conditions. And also, he can be quite handy with the bat. He was very, very good with the bat in England last time around. So he is also experienced. So it'll be a toss-up between who's in the best of form between Shardul and him.
And obviously, you mentioned that someone like Arshdeep, he has had a couple of county stints, but between him and Prasid, both very tall, fast bowlers, but completely different aspects what they bring to the table. How do you look at those two? Either one of them being the third seamer, what they bring to the table individually.
Arshdeep has swing. He's a left-hander, which is to me an added advantage, and also he can move the ball both ways. To me, that is one of the biggest criteria in England. Prasid Krishna's length needs to be adjusted. He cannot be bowling the same length that he bowled in the Of course, IPL is not a criteria to judge a player from Test match point of view, but between Prashid and Arshdeep, I would straight away go for Arshdeep right now.
Yes, sir. And obviously, someone like Akash Deep, who's had who also can move the ball either ways, produce a bit of seam movement as well. Uh, he started late in the Australia series, did not play the pink ball test. Do you see him playing a much significant role than what he did probably in Australia?
Definitely yes, because to me he looks a very strong lad. Um, he's tall, he's strong, he's got pace, and he's got variety. So how he holds his nerve, and England is the best place probably for a fast bowler to start his career. So I think everything is to his advantage. Uh, that how he comes up when he's challenged, that is going to be the to me um, to me it is a great opportunity for him to capitalize and cement his place in the Indian team as a test bowler.
Uh, Obviously, between 21 and 22, the coaching regime changed in England. The conditions where they play right now is vastly different from what it was, say, 4 years ago. Do you expect them to put out much helpful conditions considering the bowling attack that India has, or rather go for a, sort of balanced, a little bit more for the batters kind of a thing? What do you expect?
In England, you should be expecting the conditions keep changing all the time. It's not only the wicket, it's also the weather in England. Where- where Sometimes it's very cold and windy and cloudy. Sometimes the sun is hot. So the conditions keep changing. That is when, as a bowler, it's very important to understand how to use those conditions. And
Yes.
I think previous experience of having played in England would help a bowler immensely if he needs to use those conditions well.
Last question from me, sir. One of the things that when you were coach, the Indian team consistently did is like field a bowling attack to take 20 wickets rather than going for that batting depth, especially overseas. How important is that, especially in a long series like this, to have that bowling attack that can take the 20 wickets because that is essentially what you need to win the matches.
I think I'm for that five bowler theory because you need to get 20 wickets and also the bowlers to stay fresh at every spell. So it is important to share the workload. So five bowlers help you to share the workload, and the bowlers remain fresh for the entire test match. So definitely, definitely, yes, five bowler theory should be good.
Thank you so much, sir. Have a good day and good interviews. Couple of one as well.
Yeah.